Hey, welcome to Grammar one more time. Today I'm going to talk about how David learns new words and idioms daily. To know the journey of David, watch the video until the end. David had always dreamed of speaking English fluently. He admired people who could express their thoughts with ease and confidence. But every time he tried to speak, he hesitated, searching for the right words. He knew that his biggest problem was his limited vocabulary. No matter how much he studied grammar, without enough words, he struggled to express himself. One day, he decided to change that. He set a goal: he would learn 5 new words and 2 idioms every day. At first, he wasn't sure where to start. He had tried memorizing long lists of words before, but he always forgot them quickly. He needed a better method. After some research, he realized that the best words to learn were the ones used in daily life. He started paying attention to words in conversations, books, movies, and even YouTube videos. Whenever he heard a word he didn't know, he wrote it down in a small notebook. One morning, while watching an English movie, he heard the word delicious. He understood it from the context. One of the characters was eating a cake and said, "This is delicious." David wrote the word down. But he knew that writing it down wasn't enough. He had to use it. So, that evening, when he had dinner, he said aloud, "This food is delicious." The next day, he still remembered the word. David also knew that idioms were an important part of English. He had often heard native speakers using phrases that didn't make sense if he translated them word by word. He decided to learn 2 idioms every day, just like he was learning new words. The first idiom he learned was break a leg. At first, he was confused. Why would anyone want to break a leg? But when he looked it up, he realized it meant good luck. The next time his friend had an exam, David told him, "Break a leg." His friend laughed and thanked him. David felt proud. He was starting to use English naturally. To make sure he remembered his new words, David started writing sentences with them. If he learned the word excited, he wrote, "I am excited about my trip next week." If he learned the word ocean, he imagined a big blue sea and wrote, "The ocean is so beautiful in the morning." By connecting words with images and real-life experiences, he found it easier to remember them. Every morning, David spent 15 minutes learning his 5 new words and 2 idioms. He chose a quiet spot in his house, opened his notebook, and read the words aloud. He believed that saying them out loud helped him remember their pronunciation. He also created flashcards, writing the word on one side and the meaning on the other. Before going to bed, he tested himself. As weeks passed, David noticed a big improvement. He no longer hesitated as much when speaking. He found that he could understand English conversations better because he recognized more words. He even started using idioms naturally. One day, while talking to a friend, he said, "That test was a piece of cake." His friend smiled and replied, "Wow! Your English is improving so much." David knew that consistency was the key. He made learning new words a daily habit. He set a specific time each day to study and never missed a day. To make it more fun, he challenged himself to use all 5 new words and both idioms in a short story or conversation by the end of the day. If he learned the word confused, he would say, "I was confused during the math lesson today." If he learned the idiom under the weather, he would say, "My brother is feeling under the weather today." Despite his progress, David also faced challenges. Sometimes, he felt lazy and didn't want to study. Other times, he forgot to review past words and started forgetting them. But he didn't give up. He reminded himself why he started. He wanted to speak English fluently, and he knew that small daily efforts would lead to big improvements over time. Whenever he felt unmotivated, he thought about how far he had come. In just 3 months, he had learned over 450 new words and 180 idioms. That was a huge achievement. David's learning routine became second nature to him. In the morning, he learned new words and idioms. In the afternoon, he wrote sentences using them. In the evening, he tried to use them in conversation. And at night, he reviewed everything before sleeping. This daily routine helped move words from his short-term memory to his long-term memory. One day, David met a tourist in his city. The tourist asked him for directions in English, and for the first time, David felt confident speaking. He didn't hesitate. He gave clear directions, using words he had learned. When the tourist thanked him and said, "Your English is really good," David smiled. He knew that his daily practice was paying off. Months later, David reflected on his journey. He remembered how difficult English had felt in the beginning. He had struggled to find the right words, had hesitated in conversations, and had often felt frustrated. But by learning just 5 words and 2 idioms every day, he had transformed his English. He no longer feared speaking. He had built a strong vocabulary and could express his thoughts clearly. English, which once felt difficult, now felt natural to him. David's story proves that small daily habits can lead to great success. Learning 5 new words and 2 idioms a day may seem small, but over time, it adds up. Anyone who follows this method will see improvements. The key is consistency, practice, and a positive mindset. With patience and effort, fluency is within reach. And just like David, anyone can achieve it by taking one small step at a time. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, have fun with it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.